We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning, Northeast Mississippi. This is Newsbreak for Thursday, June 15th. I'm Brad Locke. Thanks for joining us. Just a reminder, you can catch Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. You can watch it on djournal.com, Facebook, YouTube, or the Daily Journal's mobile apps for Apple and Android devices. Going to take a quick look at news, sports, and weather for Northeast Mississippi. We'll start with the weather forecast for today. We do have rain and thunderstorms likely, high of 86, low of 71. The chance of rain is 80%. 3-day outlook, Friday afternoon thunderstorms are quite possible. High of 90, low of 71. The chance of rain is 60%. More thunderstorms possible throughout the weekend. Saturday, high of 91, low of 73. It's a 50% chance of rain. Sunday, again, the thunderstorms are possible with a high of 91, low of 73, 50% chance of rain. Let's take a look now at some of the top stories from the Daily Journal and djournal.com on this Thursday. U.S. Representative Trent Kelly was the closest person to a gunman who opened fire on several congressmen in Virginia on Wednesday. Kelly, who represents Mississippi's 1st Congressional District, was on a baseball field with several other Republican members of Congress when a man started shooting early Wednesday morning. Kelly, who was playing third base, was closest to the shooter but was not hit. The lawmakers were practicing for a charity baseball game against a team of congressional Democrats. House Majority Whip Steve Scalise of Louisiana was among those wounded by the gunman James T. Hodkinson, who was killed by police during a shootout. Kelly said it was the grace of God that kept him alive during the barrage of bullets. A temporary classroom in Guntown has found a permanent home at the Lee County Juvenile Detention Center. The two-piece portable classroom was set up at Guntown Middle School while that campus underwent renovations. Following that project, Sheriff Jim Johnson and the Lee County Board of Supervisors worked to buy the building and have it moved to the JDC in downtown Tupelo. Under the 2001 No Child Left Behind mandate, anyone under 18 who is incarcerated must still go to school on a daily basis. Since the Lee County facility serves 12 counties, employees must contact the home school district of each detainee to get homework and lesson plans. The JDC can house up to 30 juveniles, although the population varies widely day to day and even hour to hour, but the facility averages about 12 students in class every day. Up until now, students had to meet in a small conference room, which could only hold 8 students. Lee County Schools is the program's sponsoring school district, but the Tupelo Public School District administers the federal grant that funds the education component. Both districts supply teachers for the program. The city of Tupelo celebrated the United States Army on Wednesday with the proclamation of Army Day in the city. Council President and military veteran Lynn Bryan read a proclamation at City Hall with both veterans and current soldiers behind him. Wednesday was also the Army's 242nd birthday. Bryan spent about 10 years in active duty and said he would not have traded it for the world. He said he hopes the other branches of the military are also celebrated with events like Army Day. Army recruiter Sergeant Michael Carruthers said the day is important because people take their freedom for granted. Fellow recruiter Sergeant Terrell Jones said being in the Army can help people find their careers and figure out what they want in life. And in sports, the Major League Baseball draft concluded Wednesday, and several Mississippi State and Ole Miss players were selected. The highest local draftee, not surprisingly, was MSU slugger Brent Rooker. The Golden Spikes Award finalist was taken in the first round, 35th overall, by the Minnesota Twins. The highest Rebel drafted was pitcher David Parkinson, who went in the 12th round to the Philadelphia Phillies. And also drafted was ICC's Tyreek Reed, the former Holka standout, who is an MSU signee, was selected by the Texas Rangers in the 8th round. And Fulton native VJ Miller, who pitched for East Mississippi Community College, was drafted in the 14th round by the San Diego Padres. That does it for Newsbreak on this Thursday. We do want to remind you to check out a couple of the podcasts we produce here at the Daily Journal. The Memo, all things Northeast Mississippi news and entertainment, with myself and W. Derek Russell. New episodes every Wednesday and Friday. Find it in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at memo.djournal.com. Be sure to check out Wednesday's episode. We visited with Bobby Harrison, who talked about some key committee chair openings in the state legislature. Also, Caitlin O'Doherty talked with us about the Joyner Garden District, and Adam Robinson talked about his In Focus photo essay. Also, check out Double Coverage, an Ole Miss and Mississippi State sports podcast with Logan Lowry and Parrish Alford. New episodes every Thursday. Find it in iTunes, your podcast apps, or at doublecoverage.djournal.com. All the stories I talked about today you can find in your daily journal or at djournal.com. Give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram at djournalnow. Give our Facebook page a like as well. That does it for Newsbreak on this Thursday. I'm Brad Locke. We'll see you next time.